Finding percent of change. What did the spider do on the computer? Make a website. Finding percent of change. Today we're going to find percents of increase and percents of decrease. The Indiana Academic Standard is 7.2.2. We have 3 vocabulary words we need to look at. The percent of change is the percent of a quantity increases or decreases from its original amount. A markup is the difference between the selling price and the store's cost of an item. A discount is the difference between the original price and the sale price of an item. Pause the video at this time if you need more time to copy down these notes. Now let's take a look at some examples. There is a little phrase that helps us set up every single percent of change problem. The phrase is new minus old over old. What this means is you're going to take the new amount minus the old amount, which is finding the difference between the two, and you're dividing it by the old amount. That gives us our percent of increase or percent of decrease. So again, new minus old over old will work out every single percent of increase or decrease problem. Number 1, finding a percent of increase. Last year, our school had 632 students. This year, the school has 670 students. Find the percent of increase in the number of students. The new amount is 670 students. The old amount is 632 students. So we're going to take 670 minus 632 over 632. $670 minus 632 is 38. So we have 38 over 632. Now we're ready to do the division, which will give us a decimal answer. 38 divided by 632 is 0.06012658227848. Now we change the decimal into a whole percent. So 0.060 would be 6% because we move our decimal point 2 places to the right. So the number of students increased by about 6%. Pause the video at this time if you need more time to copy down these notes. Don't forget to write down a question as it happens while you're taking the notes. If there's something that you don't understand, jot down that question so we can discuss it in class. In 2000, California went from 52 to 53 representatives. Find the percent of increase in representatives. We're still going to use that same little formula, new minus old over old. So we're going to set this problem up by writing 53 is the new number of representatives, 52 is the old. So 53 minus 52 over 52. Well, 53 minus 52 is 1, so we now have 1 over 52. 1 divided by 52 is 0.01923076923077. Then we need to change this back into a percent, so we're going to move our decimal point 2 places to the right. So we end up, and we have to round up because the 9 tells us to round up, so we end up with 2%. The percent of increase in representatives is 2%. Pause the video at this time if you need more time to copy down these notes. Don't forget to write down a question as it happens while you're taking the notes. If there's something that you don't understand, jot down that question so we can discuss it in class. Now we're going to find a percent of markup. Find the percent of markup for a car that a dealer buys for $10,590 and sells for $13,775. Percent of markup is just like a percent of increase. We're finding what percent of increase did the car dealer mark up the price. So we're still going to use that original formula, new minus old over old. So the new amount is $13,775 and the old amount is $10,590. So take $13,775 minus $10,590 over $10,590. $13,775 minus $10,590 is $3,185. We still put that over $10,590. Now we have to divide. $3,185 divided by $10,590 is 0.30075542965061. We then need to change this into the whole percent, so we move our decimal point 2 places to the right. So the percent of markup is about 30%. Pause the video at this time if you need more time to copy down these notes. Don't forget to write down a question as it happens while you're taking the notes. If there's something that you don't understand, jot down that question so we can discuss it in class. Now we're going to be finding a percent of discount. Find the percent of discount for a $74.99 tent that is discounted to $48.75. We're still going to use the original formula, the original plan of new minus old over old. So the new amount this time is $48.75. The old amount is $74.99. This is going to give us a negative number. That's okay. That just confirms that this is a decrease. And when you have a percent of discount, that's exactly what it should be. It should be going down, so it's going to be negative. So in this case, we're going to take the new, which is $48.75, minus the old of $74.99. We place that over the old of $74.99. So 48.75 minus 74.99 is negative 26.24. So we now need to take negative 26.24 and divide by 74.99. That will give us the decimal of negative 0.349913321776624. This becomes negative 35%. Now when we write it in our sentence, we're going to drop the negative. We know it's a negative because it's a discount, it's a decrease. So the percent of discount for the tent is about 35%. Pause the video at this time if you need more time to copy down these notes. Don't forget to write down a question as it happens while you're taking the notes. If there's something that you don't understand, jot down that question so we can discuss it in class. Try number 2. Find the percent of markup for a $17.95 headset marked up to $35.79. Find that percent of markup on your own. Try it. Remember, you're still using the formula new minus old divided by old. Don't forget to move your decimal point 2 places when you finish and write your answer in a sentence. Pause the video at this time so you can try this problem on your own. Check to make sure you set the problem up properly. It should have been 35.79 minus 1795 divided by 1795. 3579 minus 1795 is 1784. So now we need to take 1784 and divide by 1795. 17.84 divided by 17.95 is 0.99387186629526. Move your decimal point 2 places to the right. This is it won't round up, it will stay the same, so it's 99%. So the percent of markup is 99%. Pause the video at this time if you need more time to copy down these notes. Number 3, find the percent of discount of a $24.95 novel on sale for $14.97. Try this problem on your own also. Pause the video, work it out, be sure to write your answer in a complete sentence, then start the video again to check your work. The first step is to set the problem up properly. The new amount is $14.97. The old amount is $24.95. So we have $14.97 minus $24.95 divided by $24.95. $14.97 minus $24.95 is negative $9.98. So we take negative 9.98 and divide by $24.95, and we get negative 0.4. We change that into a percent by moving the decimal point 2 places to the right. So we get negative 40%. When we write it in the sentence, we drop the negative. So the percent of discount is 40%. Pause the video at this time if you need more time to copy down these notes. Don't forget to write down a question as it happens while you're taking the notes. If there's something that you don't understand, jot down that question so we can discuss it in class.